All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about something that might feel, well, a little weird at first, but trust me, it's absolutely fascinating. It's this simple but totally mind-blowing idea from neuroscience. Your mind is constantly rewriting your memories. Yeah, every single time you remember something.
I mean, think about it. You trust your memory, right? Of course you do. When you think back to a big moment in your life or some conversation you had, heck, even what you ate for breakfast, it just feels real. It feels solid. It's like that's the foundation of who you are.
But should you trust it? I mean, that's the million-dollar question. What if that foundation isn't solid at all? What if just thinking about a memory changes it? And that's exactly what we're digging into today. Modern neuroscience tells a completely different story. We're going to look at the science that is just flipping our whole understanding of the past on its head and what that means for who you are right now. Okay, Section 1, the memory illusion. It's all about why your memories feel so much like perfect recordings.
You know, this quote here, it feels right, doesn't it? This idea that our memories are like recordings. Like we've got this little mental library, and we can just pull up a file and hit play on an event exactly as it happened. But here's the thing, that's a myth, a huge one. It's probably one of the biggest misunderstandings we have about how our own brains work.
So here's the big takeaway, the real shift in thinking. Your memory isn't a fixed photograph, it's a story. Your brain isn't some careful librarian trying to preserve the past perfectly. Nope, it's a storyteller. And what do all good storytellers do? They edit.
Which brings us to our next section, your brain's rewrite button. This is about the discovery that really changed everything. So how did we figure out our brains have this kind of built-in rewrite function? Well, it all comes down to one massive discovery.
So for the longest time, science had a pretty simple idea about memory. You can see the old belief here. You make a memory, you store it away, and it just sits there. It's stable, permanent, like a book on a shelf. But then came the new discovery, and oh man, did it change things. We found out that just recalling a memory, just pulling that book off the shelf, actually reopens it for editing, every single time.
The fancy science name for this whole process is memory reconsolidation. I know, it sounds a little intimidating, but the idea behind it is actually pretty straightforward. Basically, when you recall a memory, it temporarily becomes unstable, kind of fragile and open to being modified. Then it gets saved again or restabilized.
And this is how it works, broken down into a few steps. First, you recall the memory. You bring it to mind. That simple act makes the memory unstable for a little while. It's fragile, it's changeable. And in that moment, new stuff can get mixed in. Your current emotions, new information you've learned, your beliefs, they all have a chance to alter that memory. And then, this is the crazy part, your brain restabilizes it. It saves the altered memory as the new original, and you're none the wiser.
Okay, so this brings up a huge question, right? If our memories are changing all the time, why don't we feel it? Why do they still seem so real? This is all about the invisible editor.
Yeah, if my memories change, why do they feel so real? Let's get right into that, because it's the part that really messes with your head. The reason they feel so authentic is all about what your brain cares about most.
And here it is, the key to the whole thing. Your brain prioritizes coherence over accuracy. See, your brain's number one job isn't to be a perfect, detail-oriented historian. Its job is to build a story about you that makes sense today. It would rather have a smooth, coherent story than a 100% factually accurate one. So you've got this little editor in your head, and it's always working, always tweaking your past. It's trying to create a story that makes sense, that fits with what you believe now, that supports who you think you are. It fills in the gaps, it helps you survive. It's all about making the story of you consistent. It's a survival tool, not a video camera.
And when it comes to editing tools, your brain has a favorite. The most powerful one by far, emotion.
Think of strong emotions like a highlighter and a Sharpie. When you feel something really strongly, fear, love, anger, it can amplify some details, making them super vivid while totally blacking out others. It can literally reshape the entire meaning of an event. This is a huge reason why eyewitness testimony can be so shaky, and it's why you and your sibling can have completely different memories of the exact same holiday dinner.
Okay, I get it. All of this might sound a little scary, right? But hang on, because there is an incredibly empowering flip side to this whole idea. If memory is a story, well, that makes you the author.
Seriously, just think about that for a second. If your memory is fluid, then the self that's built on top of it has to be fluid too.
Our identity is built on our life story. So if that story can be edited, then who we are isn't set in stone either. It means we can change, we can grow.
I love this quote. The past does not define you. You redefine the past. That's such a powerful way to look at it. You're not just passively watching old movies in your head. Every time you remember something, you're reinterpreting it from where you stand today. You are an active player in creating the meaning of your own life. And listen, this isn't just some cool philosophical idea, it's the actual foundation of a lot of modern trauma therapy. The goal isn't to make someone forget what happened, no way. It's about helping them recall that memory in a safe space so their brain can resave it, reconsolidate it, but with less of the intense fear and pain attached. Healing, in a very real sense, is rewriting your personal history. Which leads to this beautiful idea. Your memory is not a prison, it is a canvas. So instead of seeing your past as something that traps you, something you can't escape, see it as a canvas. Sure, the old paint strokes are there, you can't just wipe them away. But you can always add new colors, new layers, and a whole new perspective.
Because at the end of the day, your mind isn't asking, is this exactly what happened? No, it's asking, what does this mean for me now? Your memory was never designed to be a perfect archive. It's a tool, a dynamic guide to help you make sense of today and figure out tomorrow. The meaning is everything. The perfect accuracy, not so much.
So let's leave it with this final, powerful idea. Your memories do not define you. You define your memories. You're not just a bystander watching a replay of your life. You are the author. And the story is never really finished, because every single time you look back, you're picking up the pen again. So the only question is, what are you going to write?